Good thinking, very definitely. What about some of the events that will be occurring? Did I see that y'all have some raffles that day?
Oh, my goodness. Nike Golf has donated some Nike irons and Nike woods. And that will be the grand prize in the raffles. And so many local businesses have donated gift certificates and goods. So there'll be lots of great prizes.
Tremendous. Of course, those kind of donations, when you see folks stepping up to the plate to really step out. And again, for folks who want to sign up, 651-2335 or calling you at 333-2868.
That's
good. You know, when we think about where those dollars go or how someone feels they can make an impact, sometimes they feel like, oh, this money is going to go to administrative costs. It's not really going to go make a difference on finding a cure. Where will the dollars go that are raised at the golf tournament on the 14th?
Most of the money stays here in the state, especially to support our Surfside Beach office.
Okay.
I'm not sure if your viewers know, but we do have a local office there.
Sure.
And it's manned by Linda Sello, who does all of these support groups in the area, helping the caregivers deal with the devastation of the disease. 82 cents on the dollar, 82 cents of every dollar stays with the state. The rest of it goes to research.
Is that right?
Research to fight the disease.
That's great. That's great.
Yep.
That's tremendous. Well, those dollars clearly need to be found one way or another. And again, if a viewer cannot be at the golf tournament next Saturday, the 14th, if they can't be there on the 14th, they could surely give you a call, or they could call the Alzheimer's Association office down there in Surfside Beach.
And we're looking for more walkers to participate in the Memory Walk.
Is there a good website if viewers are interested in possibly attending, going online to learn more about Alzheimer's Association?
The National Alzheimer's Association is www.alz.org.
Okay.
And the local South Carolina is www.alzsc.org.
Okay,
and
good.
both of them have a wealth of information, not only about the disease, but for caregivers and how to cope.
Sure. Well, of course, your position as Executive Director of Regency Hospice, you probably stay pretty active with groups like the Alzheimer's Association. What are some of the reasons that Regency is involved with Alzheimer's?
We want to be able to give back to the community, and being involved with charitable organizations, it's just our way of giving back. And many of our patients have Alzheimer's.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. A lot of people don't realize that Alzheimer's is an is a life-threatening illness and does qualify for hospice. So yeah, we're very involved.
That's tremendous. And of course, finding a way to give back, that's a great organization. Are there some other organizations that you've gotten into, either personally or indirectly, to find a way to give back, Joyce?
Grace Ministries. Grace is an acronym for Gracefully Aging with Community Encouragement. And this organization was started by the former ombudsman of the county, Mary Lou Brown. And the reason the organization exists is to help seniors to remain in their homes and as independent as possible for as long as possible through the use of volunteers and coordinating other community and federal state agencies to help these patients.
Great, good.
So I sit on the board of that organization too. Very worthwhile cause.
And it's been around for how long?
Just about a year.
Is that right? Virtually a new organization set up. They're a nonprofit organization.
It's nonprofit, and we just heard from the United Way that they are giving us some funds as seed money, so that's exciting.
You know, when we think about hospice, I bet a lot of folks probably don't have a full understanding of hospice. What exactly is hospice, Joyce?
A lot of people are very scared just with the word hospice. They think it's the Grim Reaper around the corner, you know, waiting to get them 3 days later, and that's not the case. Hospice is a service that's available to anyone who's got a life-threatening illness, and such as Alzheimer's, heart disease, lung disease, and of course cancer. It offers nursing services, aid services, volunteers, chaplain to give spiritual support, and social work services. And each of those disciplines has a different function. Just think if you had your grandfather dying, can no longer get out of the house. The doctor wants to see him because there may be a medication change that's necessary. The nurse in hospice would be able to assist and assess the patient and then be the eyes and ears for the doctor so that the patient can stay at home and yet still get all of the medical support that they need from their physician. The aides would go in to help with bathing and homemaking, because many times these patients get so debilitated that they can no longer bathe themselves, and they need assistance. And the caregivers, whoever they are, the spouses, daughters, and sons, it's a very stressful time for them, and they need the help. So hospice offers them all the spiritual, physical, and emotional help that we can give to them.
Is there just the one hospice on the Strand, Regency Hospice? Is that the only one around?
No, there are many hospices on the Grand Strand. Originally there were 2 or 3, and now there's about 12 or 13.
Is that right? Is there anything that really differentiates a Regency from the others?
I feel Regency is different because of the staff that we have. First of all, I believe in celebrating staff. Just making sure that they feel worthwhile, that we appreciate them and we value them. And in turn, the staff is going to be compassionate and more caring with the patients. We're a family of staff, not just a team. Well, team is important, but being a family and helping each other is very important. We've also had a physician here on the Grand Strand in his own handwriting send me a thank you note for taking care of his patients.
Really?
As you can guess, I framed it and it's hanging on the conference room wall.
Oh, yeah.
The community involvement, as we've talked about, we're very big into the charitable organizations and giving back. I've had a staff person who worked with me in the year 2000 at another organization find me so she could work with me. So she's now on staff.
That's tremendous.
It is. It really is. I can also boast that we have a pharmacist on staff. Not many hospices do have that staff person. And her role is to make sure that all the patients are getting the right medications, watching for side effects, interactions, calling the physician if there are any questions or concerned about the medications that the patient's getting.
Speaking of the patients, who actually is eligible for hospice? Joyce, you may have answered that earlier, but if not, who's eligible for hospice?
Well, as I said, anyone with a life-threatening illness.
Okay.
But you do have to have a doctor's order, and anyone can call us with a referral, even the patient or the family. And then it's just a phone call away. We will call the doctor and check if they want hospice, and we will go and evaluate.
Good. We just got a couple of minutes. We think about, clearly cost may be an issue that a lot of folks face. You highlighted many of the benefits just a minute ago. Some of the costs that someone needs to be thinking about for our viewers who may be at home and not familiar with what the costs would be to them and their family.
Many insurances cover hospice. Medicare Part A is the insurance that most of our patients have, and it covers 100%.
Is that right?
100%.
Tremendous.
It covers all of the staff visits, medications, even adult diapers, medical supplies, and all of the medical equipment needed. So that's a big financial advantage for the families also.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think you highlighted earlier that clearly hospice is not the Grim Reaper.
Right.
It's not, hope doesn't need to be given up.
No.
Is there a length of time that hospice is normally involved? Do you all step in when there is some level of, just when do you all step in?
Medicare has regulations, and their regulation states that a person with a life-threatening illness that lasts 6 months or longer, if the disease runs its normal course, is eligible. Now, the phrase there that you have to be concerned about is if the disease runs its normal course, because not everybody is going to live 6 months or less.
Right.
So thank goodness they put that clause there, because before hospice was only for cancer patients, and it was for those who had just 6 months or less. But now we've had patients on service for longer than 6 months.
That's powerful. How could viewers, of course, I know you're involved in so many groups, and you either directly or through Regency have found a way to get involved. I wish we had more time to talk about Grace Ministries, because clearly they're doing some tremendous things. But what are some of the ways that viewers can get more involved or learn more about Grace Ministries if they wanted to tune in to Grace?
Grace also has a website, and it's www.gracefullyaging.org.
Okay, Gracefully
And they can
Aging.
also call me. I'm vice president on the board, so hopefully I can
Great.
answer all of their questions.
Absolutely. So your service, if you weren't actively serving as a volunteer with the Alzheimer's Association, Joyce, or even serving, as you just shared with us, as Vice President of Grace Ministries, what do you think you'd be doing? Golly, just running Regency Hospice alone is, I'm sure, a big undertaking there.
It is, but it's fun. It really is fun. I wouldn't be doing any of these if it wasn't tickling my heartstrings. And that's what it's all about, is living life to the fullest and giving back. So that's what I do.
Those are great words. And spending time with your 9 grandchildren.
Yes,
absolutely. Thanks so much for
absolutely.
being with us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
Definitely.
I appreciate it.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Joyce Calabrese coming up next. Why does this number work so well? Because we're talking about three special organizations. We've got Grace Ministries, Regency Hospice, and of course the Alzheimer's Association. What's that number? 843-333-2868. Take the time to write it down, 333-2868. We're talking about a golf tournament 9 days away. It's Saturday, July 14th. Registration's at 7:30. The shotgun starts at 8:30. It's captain's choice, $65 per person. We were asking Joyce so many questions about hospice and about Grace Ministries and Alzheimer's. We didn't have a chance to find out. $65 per person. They've still got a couple of slots available. You've got to call. Pick up the phone, 843-333-2868. There's also a couple of whole sponsorships available, but you've got to pick up the phone. And if you want to learn more about Regency Hospice, you can go online to regencyhospice.com, or of course you can give her a call at 333-2868, or also Grace Ministries. A lot happening with these 3 tremendous organizations. Pick up the phone, get out there. River Oaks Plantation, Saturday, July 14th.